Okay, so how I made my covers for my paper dream was I used some mixed media paper, 110 pound mixed media paper, and this is from Strathmore. I got it at Hobby Lobby. And I measured my page protector, so I measured the height of my page protector, and then I left a little bit on the length. So what the measurement for that is 9 3/4. Let me bring this back over here. So it's 9 3/4 inches wide this way, and then it is 11 3/8 inches tall this way. So I didn't extend out far enough for the tabs. I like the tabs sticking out. You can do it however you want. If you wanted to cover the tabs, you need to wait until you bind it, till you have it bound, so you can see exactly how far they're going to stick out, because the ones in the middle stick out further. So that would make it, you would want to cut it probably more like 10 1/4 versus 9 3/4. So I just want to point that out. So I have already pre-cut my mixed media paper. I've got 2 of them here. And what I'm going to do, I'm trying to find some space here. I'm going to do one at a time. I'm only going to do one on camera just to save time. But I used my India ink, my homemade India ink sprays. I'll put a link in the description box below on how to make them, and maybe up here, to make the background design. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Now I've obviously covered the front here with my page number 1. This is page number 1, by the way. There is no real page number 1 in the template, just so y'all know. So I'm gonna spray the mixed media paper with those same colors in the same way. So you'll need some water, and you'll need a heat gun, and you'll need some sort of thing to make this colorful if you want to. You don't have to. You can use whatever material. If you just wanted to use if you wanted to do like a collage over top, like if you wanted to print out the background design several times and just do like a, tear it into pieces and make a collage, that would be really pretty too. But I'm showing you exactly how I made my workbook. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to wet the paper here. Ooh, I need to fill my bottle up. I filled it up. So I'm just going to wet my page, and then I'm going to go in with the same colors. So this is India ink, so I'm just going to, this is like a brown color. So I'm going to spray a little bit of that on here. And I think I am going to dry it in between. I think it works, but oh, this isn't brown. This has got some gold in it. Oops. Well, look at there. It kind of looks the same though, doesn't it? Let me add a little bit more then. Let's just throw a little bit of sparkle on this one. So there you go. You're going to get a unique workbook, whoever wins this. So I'm going to dry this with my heat gun. This heat gun is a Martha Stewart heat gun, and I'll be right back. Okay, it's not 100% dry, but it looks pretty cool. Can you see the shimmer? Okay. So then I'm going to, of course I have to do some purple. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that one. Oh, you know what? First I'm going to wet it. Move my heat gun a little bit. Let me move some more things. All kinds of stuff is getting wet. And I'm going to spray it. I need to make some more purple. Just in kind of a random look there. And I'm going to pick it up and make it do a little something. And then I'm going to dry this with my heat gun, and I'll be back. Alrighty, I got that mostly dry, almost, not all the way. It's not too crazy. So then I'm going to wet it again, and this time I'm going to add this like blue-green color. Am I going to add it? Yeah, let's do the blue-green. I'm going to do the blue-green like in one spot, and then I'm going to take this pink and I'm going to go in another spot like that, and then I think I'm going to add some blue. Uh-oh, maybe not. Oh, that one's clogged. So I'm going to add some blue up here. Well, Maybe I won't add. Looks like I need to clean my nozzles. Aw. Well, maybe I won't add blue. Well, shoot. So there you go. You need to clean your nozzles. Alright, so then I'll just add some more green and pink then if I can't get my blues to work here. Add some pink up here. And then maybe twirl that around. I really want my blue to work. Let me see if I can get it to work. I'm going to dry this and work on my blue. Well, funny story. I got my blue to work because I changed out the sprayer nozzle. It broke. It wouldn't like compress anymore. These aren't the most expensive bottles, so they're not the best, or not most expensive. They're not the best quality bottle spray nozzles, so I just get them at Hobby Lobby and you get a pack for a couple bucks or whatever. So anyway, I replaced the nozzle, but before I replaced the nozzle, I picked up my bottle and shook it, right? I had unscrewed the lid and blue India ink spray went everywhere. I mean everywhere. It's all over me. It's all under my nails. I don't know if you can tell. It's all over my arms, my clothes, my rugs, my floor, everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere. So anyway, that's the story of my life. I forget what I'm doing, and then the next thing you know, things go crazy. So anyway, moving on. I'm going to spray this with some water, and then I'm going to add some blue. I really like the blue in here. I don't know if it's going to show up very well. Oh well, there you go. I think it's going to show up just fine. I'm going to spray a little more blue. A little more blue, a little more water. Now I'm just discombobulated. Good grief. That's so bothers me. Oh, I've got it all over my feet. Okay, I'm going to dry this and I'll be back. Okay, that's mostly dry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do this back side, and then I'm also going to do the other cover. Okay, I have both front and back done. And honestly, the one I did completely off camera is what I like the most. What I like the most. I think that's pretty. This one's okay. It's kind of cool looking, but the one I actually did on camera, I don't like it so much. I don't know what happened there. So I'm probably going to use this as my front and attach this to my front and cover most of that up. But anywho's, so next step, let me show you what I do next, is I usually take some form of matte medium, and in this case I'm going to use Ranger Multi Matte Medium, and a palette knife, and a credit card or gift card or something that's no longer good anymore. Oh, no, wait, whoa, hold up, not finished. Goodness. I'm going to ink at the edges. I'm going to use the archival ink in jet black. Gosh, look at my finger. I was going to take this up to Staples and have them bound today, but I think maybe I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to ink all the edges up. Okay, now I've got them all inked up. I got all the edges inked up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the matte medium. I'm just going to put it on here. And then I'm just going to spread it out with the card. Let me get a better one. This one's got a lot of ridges. How about this one? So just so to be a little bit more smooth, I guess. You can use, like I said, whatever medium you like. Like a lot of people like to do this with Mod Podge. I'm not going to, because it can get sticky and stay sticky, and somebody's going to win this, so I don't want it to be all gross, you know. I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, everything sticks to it. Okay. Whoa. Oh, I don't know what that was. We're just going to keep moving on. So you want to try to make sure you get all the edges. Just put a little extra on there. And this stuff really does not take that long to dry. But while this part is drying, I am going to, first I need to make sure I get everything. I may not. Nope, I didn't. Okay. You can obviously do as many coats as you would like on your covers. But I'm going to set this aside for a second because what I want to do, before I start on the other one is, let me move this out of the way for a second. I want to get this prepared. So, this is the cover sheet, page 1, and I think I'm just going to take 1/4 of an inch off of each side. So you should end up with 8 by 10.5. Like that. And then I'm going to use a piece of black cardstock. I don't even know what cardstock this is. And I think I'm just going to glue it down. I haven't decided how I want to glue it down yet. Let's do it like this. Let me get my thing back out. And then I think I'm going to cover up this, literally the side that I did on camera. Let me grab another matte medium. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer down on here. I feel like I'm getting the last of the butter or the peanut butter or the something, you know. Whoa. So I'm going to put this down and I'm going to spread it out just like usual. And then I'm going to add some more. So I wanted it to be a little bit thicker here. Then I'm going to take this black cardstock and I'm going to try to center it. It's not going to be perfect. And it's probably going to be crooked. So whoever gets it, sorry. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to put some more of this on top. Really give it a good scrape. Okay, so now I'm going to add some more on top of here, and this time I'm going to add my cover sheet. Whoa. I'll tell you what, I am not near this sloppy when the camera's not on. Or maybe I just don't pay attention. That's probably more likely. This also helps make your cover super sturdy. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, and it should be 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Your cover is going to look better than my cover, whoever gets this. Because I didn't leave that much of a gap around, and I wish I had, but that's okay. And then you just want to press it all down. Okay, so then I'm going to finish up the back side of this one. I'm just going to put matte medium all over it and do the other side of the other one. And then I'll be back. Okay, so I got all 4 sides of the covers coated in a layer of the Ranger Multimedia Matte. And now all I have to do is, if I'm taking it somewhere, I just need to take it up to them and tell them that I need this punched and put it into a spiral form. Just like this. It'll be just like this. And they'll punch this edge here and they'll add this spiral to it. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do that today because it turns out I got blue on my face too. So it is India ink, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of scrubbing to get that off. So I am going to take this up to my supplies, or my office supply store, which is Staples, and I'm going to have them make this into a spiral bound book for me. And then I'll come back and we'll finish it up. Okay, so here we are a couple days later. I took it to Staples and I had it punched and spiral bound just like mine. I actually like this cover better than my original cover. It looks cool, right? Okay, so a couple things I wanted to point out. When you take it somewhere, things are gonna happen. They're not gonna be as particular about their end result as you may be if you were doing it yourself. So there are a couple of little mishaps that I want to point out. They punch holes, right? They have a machine that punches holes. They slide it in and they punch holes. So most of the pages are fine, but there are a couple of pages where they didn't slide it in all the way. So you can see there where it's not punched correctly. Well, I didn't notice this when I was at the store. I didn't flip through it, and I should have, because it happened on mine too. But really, in the end, it's not that big a deal. So it happened on that page, and then it happened on a couple pages in the back, I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe not. Maybe I lie. I could have swore there was a couple in the back. I'm sure there is. Oh, here's one. Right, see, they didn't get that one very good either. So, you know, it is what it is, and it's fine. And since this is, you know, got plastic in here where they punch, some of the little plastic bits are hanging on. So, again, I'm not too concerned about it, and hopefully whoever wins this won't be too concerned about it either. So, but other than that, everything looks really good. So the next step, I think, should be the tabs. So I've already cut out most of mine just because to save time. So I'm just going to show you real quick how to do these easy way. First thing you need is your paper trimmer. And this is my big Fiskars Precision Rotary Heavy Duty Majiggy. I tried using this one for this project, but honestly I kept cutting it wrong, and whoever gets this will see that I always say I'm not the perfect trimmer, and they'll see there's going to be some of the mats are going to be a little, maybe just like a teeny 1/16 of an inch off or something. Again, not a super big deal. You may have to may want to redo a couple of the mats, but anyway, I still haven't mastered that paper trimmer, so I went and got, you know, I pulled out my heavy duty one here. So all you want to do really is just go ahead, whoops, and trim the whole thing out as like a square. Look, I'm gonna cut the bottom off too. I tried to save all these extra pieces when I cut out all of the mats, and that's why there was a bunch in the back there. Just in case whoever wins this wants to use it for something. So you just trim it out like a square. Like that, easy, right? So you're left with this, and then you want to go and trim out, separate the strips of tabs, okay? So that's easy to do. You just want to make sure, I've done it 1,000 times where I've cut the wrong thing, but since these have numbers on both sides, it'll be easier to not mess that up. And I say that, and watch, I'm going to do something here in a minute, surely, to mess it up, because that's how I roll. Okay, let me move this out of the way. And then what you want to do is get your score board out, or you can use a ruler and a bone folder and just score it down the center. So I've got my Martha Stewart scoreboard out. And then my bone folder, and it should be at 3/4 of an inch. Now if I trimmed it out wrong, which I did, imagine that. I'm gonna scoot it over just a little bit, and I'm gonna score all of them at the same time. So I've got it scored all the way down. And I did have to scooch it over just a bit because I kind of trimmed off too much on this side. So you want to do that to all of them. And then, you remember how I told you in my, let me find one because it is so annoying. In my workbook, I have been losing my tabs. They've been falling off. Here's a perfect example, right? I had used Fabri-Tac. Can you see that Fabri-Tac on there? And of course, it just snaps right off after time, you know, over time. So I tried glossy accents. That didn't work either. So the only thing that I think is going to work is heavy duty double-sided adhesive tape. So that's what I'm going to use for this workbook. So I've been fixing these as I go. When they fall off, I've been fixing them, but I left that one so that you guys could see, you know, what I'm talking about. So all you have to do is flip these over. This is Scor-Tape Suquane Scor-Tape from Scor-Pal. And just run a strip along each edge. Like that. And then you fold it over like that. And so you can tell there, look, I didn't score it very well right there. But anyways, so then when you go to trim it out, you just cut them apart like this. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. The reason I shouldn't have done that, I'll show you. And then just trim it out. Now it's just a workbook, so you know, you don't have to be such a perfectionist, because I'm sure it didn't trim out uber perfect, and that's okay. It doesn't bother me. But let me show you why I didn't want to cut those two apart. Just because it's easier for me. So the first page is page 2 and page 3. So I should have left them together, and it would have been easier just to attach them together. Do you see what I'm saying? So then what you want to do is you want to take that backing off both sides. Whoops. Yeah. And then you just want to line it up. Now you want to do this before you do your mat, so that way you don't accidentally tape your mat down. So you just put one side down on the edge there, and then just fold it over, just like that. So now we have a good secure tab on our plastic page protector here. My camera's being a little finicky today. It keeps shutting off randomly. I'm trying to watch it to make sure. So I'm just going to line it up here on the edge. So that's page 2 and 3. So page 2, page 3 on the other side. Boop. Alright, so when you're putting both of them on there, I'm going to just kind of eyeball it right there. Yeah. Looks good. So there, that's just that easy. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and add all of my tabs, and I will be back. Okay, so now I've got all my tabs on here. It didn't take too terribly long. You know, this book, I'm not going to lie, it's going to take you a little bit of time, but if you just like cut out the tabs while you're sitting there watching TV or something, or cut out all your mats while you're watching TV, it makes it so much quicker and easier. So like I said, I've already cut out all my mats. Here they are. One just fell out. I tried to keep them in order. Yeah, so here's my big pile of mats. So I'm going to get this organized for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so the best way to do your mats is to go to the guidebook, and like for page 2, it says the 1/8 of an inch border mat is on page 18. So this is page 18. So it's going to go right here, okay? And then it says the 1/4 of an inch border, use page 30. So that is this page right there. So then it's going to go right on top of there. So you'll have these ready to go whenever you need them. That is like the most convenient way I could think to make sure you have all your mats together. With mine, remember I told you, well, you've seen it because you've been watching the videos, where the sticky tape that I used, it was ripping and not wanting to pull apart. Well, because I didn't de-stick some of the sticky. Is that right? De-stick some of the sticky? I think so. So, anyway, so I'm going to try to remedy that with this one. I'm using my ATG gun, and I'm using tape from the tapedepot.com, and it's 1/4 of an inch scrapbooking tape. And you can use whatever tape you have. You could use the Tombow Mono removable adhesive. Now, the only thing I have to say about the removable adhesives is that kind of creates a suction in between these plastic sheets, so when you flip, it's very possible that that suction will pull that mat off of the paper or the page. So I'm not going to use removable adhesive because this is going to someone, so I want to make sure that it's going to work. So what I am going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is just run a strip of tape down the middle of that and stick it on my page here, like that. And then for this page, I'm going to run a strip again, except this time I'm going to de-stick a little bit of it. And then I'm going to stick it down on top of that page. Just like that. So now I have both mats ready to go. Let's see if it'll come apart. Oh, I might have de-stuck it too much. De-stuck? That's awesome. Okay, so let's go on to the next page, which is page number 3. And it says over here in my guidebook that the 1/8 of an inch border is on page 20. So let me find page 20. So this is for the pocket. So it's going to go right there. And then the 1/4 of an inch border is on page 32. So since I wrote the page numbers on here, it's so easy to go find the mat for that. So then that's going to go there. If you want to, you can separate them all out and then go and stick them all down. I'm not going to do the main base A part 2 on page 3 because that's all on the first page. And then let's go ahead and do page 4. Let's see. 1/8 of an inch border is on page 20, which is this one. And then the 1/4 of an inch border is on page 30, which is this one. Okay, so these are both the same, so I'm going to end up putting these down there. Okay, so I'm going to go through and add all these mats, and if I think I need to show you something special, I'll turn the camera back on. But for now, I'm just going to go through and add them in. Just real quick, I went to the PDF and changed some of the numbers that I had found the boo-boos, and it turns out I'd already changed some of them, so I didn't want to print this out again, even though I kept finding errors, so I forgot that I did that. I should have made a note, but some of them were wrong and some of them were already corrected. So again, if you find an error in the guidebook, leave a comment below so that I can fix it. I'm not going to send out a new PDF for the guidebook. I just, will tell you about them as we go along, and you can just fix it in your guidebook. Really quickly, the wrap that's on page 10 is the wrap for the square envelope. I didn't point this out before, but you need to cut it all the way to the end of the paper. The templates need to go all the way down. Don't cut the top and bottom off of the wrap. Leave it there on both the 1/8 of an inch mat and the traceable template mat, okay? I just wanted to point, because here's the traceable template. See how I did not cut those ends off. You'll need it to wrap around the envelope. Okay, so I have all the mats in here, and there's a couple things I wanted to point out. Not on this page. Remember how I told you there was only one that you would have to duplicate and trace onto a spare sheet? There's actually more than one. There are 3. This label on page 17 and this label on page 17 are both duplicates, so you'll have to trace those out, and you'll also have to trace out the secondary mat on your scraps from when you cut everything else out. So there are actually, this right here is the exact same size as this, so you'll just have to trace those out twice on your scraps. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is I had started off with a brand new roll of this tape, and look how much I used. That's it. It's not that bad, right? So it didn't take that much to get all of this stuff stuck down. It did take a little bit of time, but it wasn't too bad. So there's only one more thing left to do. I'll stick that back in there. So it's gotten thicker already. See how much thicker it's gotten, right? It's close to mine. I've got a little bit extra pages in mine just because I've been printing stuff off. So one more thing to do, and that's to add the closure. Let me grab it and I'll be right back. Okay, you can do whatever type of closure you want, but the way I did mine is have a hitch post and an elastic. So super simple, super easy, and these are Tim Holtz hitch posts, but I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby makes their own brand now. I think I'm going to get a silver one here to match. There's 2 pieces. So this is just easy. Whoa, and it's what I have, so use what you have. I just put them in a little jar. They don't come like that. I just put them in a little jar. And then the Tim Holtz elastic, which I also got at Hobby Lobby. Elastic bands. There's 15 of them. I don't know. I'm seeming to thinking there's 2 sizes, and I'm not sure. Probably not. I'm probably just making that up. But, anywho. So you'll need those 3 things. And then I'm going to get my ruler. And I'm going to find the center here. Let me open this up this way. And I'm going to find the center here. Close enough. And I'm going to mark it with my Sharpie. Like that. And then I'm going to take my Crop-A-Dile and I'm just going to punch the small hole. Get over top of there. Punch. Then I'm going to stick this through the bottom like that. And I'm going to put the top on and twist. So there. Now it's added. See? Easy peasy. Okay, so then I'm going to flip it over to the back side. And I'm also going to find the center. And I'm going to poke 2 holes this time. I think I'm going to go 5/8 of an inch off center on each side. That might be too far, but whatever. Whatevs. Okay, now I'm going to punch these. Whoop. Have to go a little bit further down. And you don't have to be precise like I am. You can just go for it. You know, this is a workbook. It's not, you're not selling it. You're not going to be displaying it. You're going to be using it. So just that simple. And then all you have to do is run it from the outside in, that little metal thing, and then when you pull it down, it cinches down so that you don't have to do any sort of permanent thing. It just flattens out and you have your elastic, see? Right? So it should fit all the way across there, and it does. Just like that. And the elastic will loosen up over time, so just keep that in mind too. I thought I'd sign it too real quick. What the heck, right? What the hey? I'm just going to sign the inside cover here. Maybe I'll put the date on there too. What is today's date? Today is July 28th, 2016. So I'm hoping I can get this edited and uploaded today for you guys. It's taken forever for me to get this video done. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of my workbook. And don't forget, this is one of the prizes, the giveaways that should be coming up in the next couple weeks. So keep a lookout for that. And remember, whoever wins this, try not to be too harsh on me on my little errors that I've made throughout the book here. I could have misspelled something. I could have put the wrong page number on there. I could have cut it bad. I don't know. A couple things I wanted to say too. I do not sell these books pre-made, so I'm sorry, but and they just take too much of my time to make, so I cannot sell these pre-made. I couldn't charge enough to make these, so I apologize for that. I keep getting asked over and over and over about it, so I just thought I would say I'm sorry. Unless I get really huge, I can't really mass produce these, so we'll see. Maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it. We'll see. But for now, you have to make your own workbooks. So good luck on the giveaway. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And I'll see you next time. Bye.